season.
Okay.
Yeah, the Champions League gets played throughout the season, so it starts.
Oh yeah, so you're telling me about the inner workings and stuff like that. Yeah. That confuses me. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's a different it's a different way of thinking for us, because for our sports we play through a season and then we end the season by playing a tournament.
Yeah.
That's not what happens in European football. What happens is
so weird.
You enter like tournaments,
yeah.
And so you're playing your season and these multiple tournaments at the same time, so you can win.
There's just so much of a risk for injury, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like in that.
You do not like FIFA. FIFA.
No, I don't like FIFA.
The worst.
Yeah, screw FIFA.
Screw FIFA. Yes.
Put the place up.
So, I have something to show you.
You have something to show.
We got to start off with this.
All right.
So, the logo or the theme for the 2026 World Cup has been thrust upon us.
Uh-oh, already?
Yes, and it has caused some controversy.
Uh-oh. Where's it being held? Have they decided?
It's in the U.S. So
yeah, that's right.
U.S., Canada, and Mexico. It's the first time that 3 countries are hosting the World Cup. So everyone's pretty excited about the World Cup itself because it's hosted here in the States, and and also,
are we going to get to host it whenever we want as well, or are we going to have to follow the rules this time?
Oh, yeah, we're going to have to follow the rules. It'll be in the summer. But look at this trashy theme. Let me try to find the theme.
Trashy?
Bro, people are hating it.
So you're on the hating side as well.
I'm undecided. I'm undecided.
I love it, Luke.
We'll see. I'll show you 2 versions of it.
By the way, I would just like to mention to everybody that Newcastle finished in the top 4 today with a tie to
Leicester. Yeah.
We couldn't have scored,
Yeah. So check this out. I will put this over the.
What the hell is this for a World Cup logo, FIFA? You're telling me for the 2026 World Cup, when you had countries that gave you color choices like red, white, blue, and green, you came up with black and white. How does this have anything to resemble those 3 countries? This is a shocking representation. I'm going to try and recreate FIFA.
It's so crappy, bro.
Just on Canva. So we start off with a white canvas.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So this dude he literally makes the he made it in 1 minute. You can recreate it. I could recreate it in Canva right now. It's a 2 and a 6, and they're so fat. Like
I couldn't even tell what it was at
it's
first.
A 2 and a 6, and then they just put the World Cup trophy logo on the top of it. I'm like, bro, you can make that so quick, and they're paying some graphic designer to design a logo for a World Cup in the United States, and they give us that.
Here's the thing, man. So you're describing FIFA very well to me as far as like how bad I'm also going to despise them now.
Yes, you do not like FIFA.
No, I don't like FIFA.
The worst.
Yeah, screw FIFA.
Screw FIFA. Yes. They might come after us, but who cares?
I don't care. Let them. They can't come after me. I'm in America, and even if they do, what are they going to do? Bring bad logos?
Right. So here is. I'll show you this one. So this is the theme. And you can see a little bit more what they're trying to do with this, but I still don't like it.
I hate it already.
But the theme song is sick. Listen to the theme song. It's a sick theme. You're going to hear that constantly during the World Cup. That little... But yeah, the theme is...
I don't like it, man.
Yeah.
I don't know who you know what probably happened?
What's that?
They're probably in a drawing room, right? People were pitching these like logos and stuff, and they probably got stuck on 30 that they just couldn't let go of. And one of 2 things happened. Like all great things that come down to a war, if it's not fought with guns, it's fought with the next best thing, rock, paper, scissors.
Gotcha.
Right? And so they just did a big rock, paper, scissors war, and whoever won that was the one who selected it. Or all of the proposals were so bad that was the best one out of the 30 that they were stuck with, and they said, you know what, let's just do it.
You know what I think happened? I think somebody was getting paid a lot of money, and they said, hey, I'm gonna subcontract this to Fiverr, and they went on Fiverr.com and they bought like a cheap like $10 logo, and was like, hey guys, here you go.
Wait.
This is the work of a Fiverr artist.
So it's well known that like 90% of football fans hate FIFA?
Yes,
Like a
99.
99. Okay. So if they outsource this logo, right? This isn't somebody at FIFA headquarters making this. They outsource it to a genuine football fan. What is the best way that you control the number one? They're like, we're going to watch you guys die of embarrassment. And he probably hyped it up, too.
Oh, yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
He probably hyped it like, look, this is the best thing I've ever done. And then he just trolled one of the most powerful sports organizations on the planet.
You would think that there's some executive involved with this that would think, if this is going to be hosted in America, let's get some American designers to come up with a logo that'll excite America, who already is not very excited about soccer. Maybe it's they hate us because we call it soccer.
Maybe so that's
they're like,
it.
hey, let's make it look trashy.
But like Mexico doesn't call it soccer. Like
No,
at least toss them some respect. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, yeah.
I know. I get disrespecting the Canadians.
I don't know why. This is going to be a theme on the show about how I'm terrible at geometry, but you said Mexico, and I thought Germany. I was thinking of the German flag in my head. I was like,
that's
I don't
not
know.
even. You know, those aren't even remotely close. You're gonna throw up an image of what those two things look like because that's not even.
I was sitting here thinking, what does Germany have to do with anything?
Gosh, man, that's
brought up Mexico.
No, you're bad at geometry.
Very bad.
Very bad at geometry. Everybody point and laugh.
Yeah, I got roasted pretty hard. Because I also told you that that Boca Juniors is from Italy. They are not from Italy. That was an L that I took. It's from Argentina.
Those aren't the same either.
No, yeah.
They're not even remotely
so
the same.
folks, that was
different languages, Luke.
Now that one, the reason I give for that one is I saw Boca Juniors commented a lot while I was doing my Italian videos, and so I guess I associated it in my head as Italian, which was
association.
Which was a stupid mistake because people are constantly commenting about all over the world things that I need to watch. So I just need to be careful before I let something fly through my mouth.
I think that's a lesson that the world can take right there.
Yeah,
just be careful.
Think more before you speak.
Yeah, everything that you say doesn't have to be a tweet. And every thought that comes in your mind does not have to come out.
Not everyone. Here's the thing. Not everyone needs a platform.
No.
Some people have nothing to offer the world.
No, and I'm 100. Yeah, absolutely. I'm cool with. It's actually we have a platform, and it's incredible that we do because
it probably shouldn't, but I mean,
yeah, it's like 30 years ago, no way. We would have got a small radio show where we're like broadcasting our own signal, trying to bum off of like somebody else's or whatever.
Yeah.
But thank you guys for giving us a platform. But like most people don't need it.
Like used to, in order to get a platform to actually influence the world, you would have had to have gone and earned a doctorate degree or something, so that way you have some sort of expertise that you could write books that are actually going to influence and impact society, and then you have a platform and you earned it.
That's true. Yeah.
But now with the internet, man, I'm telling you, anyone can have one. I think what weeds out is those who are actually good at making content.
Yeah.
And so the almost 14,000 subscribers that we have here is kind of encouraging to know like, hey, we're rising above at least the majority of content creators.
Right.
People at least appreciate the content. Man, I am excited about the World Cup, and I would love to go. Like, there's going to be games in Dallas.
Oh, yeah, you were telling me about
There's going to be games in AT&T Stadium. There will be games in Atlanta, and most of these are going to be in NFL stadiums. Kansas City.
So they're playing at the Cowboys Stadium?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah, they'll be playing. And, they're going to definitely be playing there because one of the best venues. They're playing there, playing at SoFi. They're playing at some of these.
SoFi is going to be cool, too.
Yeah,
that's an awesome stadium.
So, and what's cool is they have put games in different regions of the state so you can kind of get the culture of each location.
Cool.
So like you get the southern portion with Dallas. You get, I think they're going to play a game in Atlanta.
Cool.
They're choosing places that have climate controlled facilities that also can hold the infrastructure of having that many people in their location. Like I don't think they're playing in New Orleans at all.
Probably not.
I do know that they've hosted New Orleans, and the Superdome has hosted preseason games before.
I didn't know that.
Roberto Taylor, he said he went to see Manchester United there at the Superdome. So they do host them there, but I don't think our city infrastructure could handle that influx of
it certainly could not right now, no.
From all over the world.
And I'm not even sure that it would bring in. There wouldn't be a lot of local
No.
attraction to that. It would bring in more outside support.
Well, and I think that's the point, though. That's why a lot of the cities really love having the World Cup hosted, because you're literally bringing, and I think this is an expanded World Cup. There's going to be more teams than normal.
Oh, wow.
So you're bringing, like, I think 36 countries. I think that may be what it is now, expanded to 48 or something like that.
Whoa.
But you're bringing loads of countries and their fans
So
to the country.
explain the expansion to me. How does that work?
I don't know. That's all I've heard, seen in the comments, is that they're expanding it. So I don't know how that works.
So somebody just made that decision, I guess.
FIFA, I guess. But
FIFA.
so yeah, you're gonna have all these countries coming to play on the world stage. I don't think the U.S. really has a chance to win the World Cup.
Yeah.
But you can never say never. I mean, Greece wasn't supposed to win the World Cup when they did. I believe that was 2004, and they surprised everyone. But I think I might have that wrong. I should stop saying things. Let me look that up real quick. But
Gonna Google it real fast.
I don't think that the U.S. men's team is gonna have a great showing, but we surprised us this last World Cup. Made it at least to the knockout stages of where we lost. They're in the knockout stages.
Yep.
But and we actually have a bona fide striker for once, so I'm excited about that. I can't remember how we say his name. Flo. They call him Flo.
Okay, that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
That's all
Flo.
that
He's
matters.
like he's a legit striker. So that'll be good to have him.
Heck yeah.
On the squad. Excited to see him. Let me look up this Greece thing, because I'm pretty sure Greece shouldn't have won the World Cup, but they did.
They shouldn't have?
It was not expected.
Okay. I didn't know if there was like a rule breakage or something.
The Greece national football team have appeared in the FIFA World Cup on 3 occasions. In 1994, 2010, and 2014. They were the reigning European champions when they failed to qualify for the 2006 tournament.
Shoot.
Okay. Maybe it's a different tournament that people were telling me about that they won. That was like a surprise. I don't know why I'm bringing this up. I'm just saying, I wish that it would be cool to see the U.S. just blow everyone blow everyone away the year that the U.S. hosts the World Cup.
How boring Greece stunned the world to win Euro 2004.
Euro 2004, not the World Cup. See, I wasn't totally wrong. I knew it was 2004, and I knew it was Greece.
The ESPN headline reads this: Greece won the 2004 Euros amid harsh criticism that they were boring and played anti-football. What the heck? Hold on, we just gotta click on
this. Is what I'm hoping for from the U.S. men's team in 2026.
All right.
That we stun the world.
In qualifying for 2004, the impact was impressive. Greece did not lose for 15 games.
Wow.
They won in Spain. They strolled to a place in Portugal along the way that developed a formidable spirit. They said they had like a family-like team. Man.
Wow, so it kind of reminds me of the 2011 Mavericks that came in and beat the Heat in the finals. It's just like they weren't supposed to win that.
No.
But
it was all on the back of what's his name.
They had Dirk Nowitzki and a bunch of guys who just like to play with
stupid fadeaway shot that he engineered, man.
Dirk,
that is basically illegal now.
That year was the perfect year of Dirk was at his prime that year.
Absolutely was, yeah.
He dropped 48. I think averaged 40 points against the Thunder in the Western Conference.
And if you look at the Thunder team at that time,
think about it. So that team beat Kobe, going for the three-peat.
Yep.
It beat the Thunder with James Harden, KD, and Westbrook. When they were other, people thought they could be the next super team.
Yeah.
And Dirk went straight through them, and it really was just Dirk, because he had Jason Terry, Jason Kidd, Tyson Chandler. It was a kind of like a group of guys who all played really they're good players, but
they're not
Hall
exceptional of Famers by any means.
But they together, man, that was a magic team. That's the first year I started paying attention to basketball.
Look at you, man.
I got to at least witness the Mavericks' greatness for once.
Heck yeah.
But
anyway, that is so far off topic. But anyway,
man.
Yeah. Well, it's not that it's off topic. I'm saying to get back around to this whole thing that happened in 2004.
Oh yeah.
That's impressive, man.
And the reason I brought that up is because I want to see that happen in 2026. Imagine the World Cup team here, and USA wins the World Cup. Think about what that does for Americans.
Dude.
oh, we won a competition. All right, we're in this now.
Yeah, no. Or even if they just get close,
Yeah.
we make it to the quote Final Four or whatever.
Yeah.
you know.
No, I think anything like if you can get out of the quarterfinals,
Yeah.
I think that you've done something. Like you win at least one of those knockout games. We lost to the Netherlands in the knockout round.
The freaking Netherlands.
Yeah, they were good. They beat us 3-1, I think.
Dang.
Yeah. So like the American team, they weren't good, but they played really hard.
Yeah.
And so one thing that Americans have is not the technical skill of these other countries, but we had athleticism and energy. You know, it's a young group that play really hard and they're really fast and athletic. But they weren't technically proficient like some of these other countries were. But I mean, we took England down to the wire, had a draw with them. We fought off Iran at the end of that. That one was the most stressed out I've ever been because I'm like, I'm rooting for my country here.
Yeah.
And we score a goal early on in the game, and then the entire second half, Iran just has try after try after try. And we're not able to get the ball on our side, on the other side of the field. And so I'm just
man.
We keep defending, we keep clearing the ball out, and they bring it back and attack. And so I'm sitting there and I'm stressed out. I'm live streaming with some folks, and I'm like inordinately stressed. It was rough.
Man, I would like to go back and watch some like key games from the cup. And
yeah, we definitely should watch the final from last year. Messi versus Mbappe. Mbappe is a French player who is young, really young, very young, really athletic. Yeah, just cool. It was a really fun World Cup run for Argentina, especially.
Come on.
And it was kind of like the I know a lot of people with the GOAT conversation, they were saying Messi, the next thing that he needed, same for Ronaldo too.
Yeah.
They needed to win that World Cup to solidify their legacy, and
he did it.
And he did it, man, and did it in dramatic fashion. They came in and lost the first game to Saudi Arabia.
Dang.
And everyone was like, "What?" Argentina had gone I think 36 games in a row without losing internationally.
Gosh.
And they come in to play against Saudi Arabia, and they lost.
Catch that.
Got beat. They got beat down. I think it was 2-0 or 2-1, something like that. But I was like, oh, they're out, they're done. But they continued to play on and won their group. So
that is nuts, man. I love hearing stuff like that. I really like a good comeback story too. Speaking of, right now, by the time you guys watch this will not be the case. But right now, the Lakers are trying their hardest to not get swept.
Oh, is that right now?
Denver, yeah, man. It is in the third right now, 82-81, Nuggets up. The series is 3-0 right now. And for those of you who don't watch basketball, let me explain the significance of this. LeBron James just had one of the most impressive wins against the team when he got rid of the Warriors recently, just in the last series. And so now they're in what would you consider the quarterfinals, the Final Four, leading into the championship. And if he gets swept right here, this could really injure his legacy. If he makes this comeback, win or lose in the championship, he's going to be, it's going to be crazy. But
yeah, this actually, sorry to go back.
Go ahead.
This wouldn't be the quarterfinals. This will be the semifinals because it's the Final Four.
Oh yeah.
Quarterfinals is the final 8.
Yeah. See, all right, you're bad at geometry. I'm bad at geometry. Just two different kinds.
Yeah, that's not even geometry.
It's not. It's not. It's
different
not
kind
close.
of math.
Yeah. What would you call that? Is that algebra? That's not algebra.
No. I don't know about for the leagues. I know that City won their league when Arsenal lost, and so then Manchester City won their league, and they played their backups because they no need to play the starters.
Manchester plays. So let's see. Yeah, Manchester plays on
the 10th.
No, the 25th.
Oh, okay.
The 10th, bro. It's the 22nd right now. So that's on Thursday. Yeah. They play at 2. I guess that's their last game.
Yeah, they'll definitely have their B team in because they're not going to risk injury for their unless they want to keep the guys informed.
Let's see where Liverpool's at. Liverpool has a game on the 28th. If Liverpool does well enough, me float this by you.
Mm-hmm.
If Manchester were to lose and Liverpool does well enough,
Are you talking about United?
yeah,
Or
Man
City?
United.
Okay,
yeah,
gotcha.
If Liverpool, my bad, I forgot I got to differentiate.
Yeah. No,
If Liverpool does well enough, Manchester United could bump out of the top four.
Huh.
And so, because man,
What are they in points?
so they're at 69, Newcastle's at 70, Arsenal 81, Manchester City 88,
Uh-huh.
Liverpool's at 66. They
So
would
if
have
they
to win
win-
big, right?
And then what is the goal differential? Because they could tie. They could tie in points.
Oh,
So then it
yeah.
would come down to goal differential.
The goal differential, Liverpool would have it.
Oh, so if Liverpool win and Manchester United lose, then that's a big deal.
Yeah, so I don't
That's
think
still
they're
a
going to
big
be
game
playing their
coming.
B team.
No. I was thinking you were talking about Manchester City.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, so City will definitely be playing their B team
Yeah.
unless they're trying to.
Oh, and Newcastle has a game still. We still have one more game left on the 28th.
And I think you guys are locked in at this point.
Yeah, we're locked in the top four no matter. Well, I say that.
I saw an article or a headline that was saying that y'all locked or tied up. You solidified Champions League,
Okay.
so
Okay,
that would
so I guess we
be
are
a top
locked in.
four finish for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Yeah. So no matter what, because even if like Liverpool would have to like win in dramatic fashion, and Manchester United would have to lose for Liverpool to even get up to fourth,
yeah, so that sounds like
they're not
it's
going to pass us.
Yeah, it sounds like that's important, like the last important game for.
Yeah.
I mean, other than I guess the relegation battle at the bottom, which I don't know what's going on
yeah,
there.
I don't know. Let's see. Looks like Southampton, Leeds, Leicester, and Everton. Bottom four, right?
Uh huh.
Yeah, those are.
Well, the bottom three are the ones that get relegated, but I
Mm-hmm.
don't know if there's a playoff that happens.
Dude,
might
we need
be.
to watch it if there is.
I think they have a playoff, or it might be the league underneath that has a playoff to get in. I'm not exactly
So
sure.
the
how it
bottom
works.
three might just get cut. Just
Relegated, and then I think there's
Dang.
a playoff on the second tier, or the first two get promoted, and then like the third spot, there's a playoff between several
Man.
teams to get that third spot to promote
wow.
up. So I think that's how it works, but I'm blanking on it. There's so much information I'm trying to consume with understanding the sport. So I'm only 7 months in, guys. Don't
Yeah, it says here.
hate
so
too much.
1, 2, 3, 4 Champions League, position 5 Europa League.
Oh yeah.
I don't know
So
what that is.
the top four get a placement in the Champions League, and then the top five get to go to the Europa League, which is just another tournament.
So what's Champions League? Like, is that just a
Champion-
4-team tournament?
No, the Champions League is the Champions League is where the best clubs from every league in Europe
Oh crap!
get to play against each other. It's the UEFA Champions League, so like that's why, like coming up the final of the Champions League is coming up on the 10th, and that's Manchester City from the Premier League versus Inter Milan from the Serie A, which is Italian league.
Wow.
So like Real Madrid has won 14 Champions Leagues, which is insane.
Dang.
But they're from La Liga, they're a Spanish club. So yeah, the Champions League, a lot of people contend that the Champions League is like the pinnacle of football. Like
Okay.
it's because you get to see the best clubs from each league compete against each
So
other.
we're watching the Champions League.
Mhm.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Yeah, just making sure.
Champions League, the 10th is the final. But yeah, I've been
The
streaming
10th of June.
June. Yeah.
Okay.
So like the game that you hopped in on, which was a derby game, that's the semifinals of the Champions League. So that's a big deal. Like it's not normal to have a derby game in the semifinals of a major European tournament.
So wait a minute. If the Champions League is going on right now,
Mm-hmm.
how does that work if we just solidified, or we haven't even solidified the top four for the English Premier?
So Newcastle will play in the next Champions League, which will come up next season.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah, the Champions League gets played throughout the season, so it starts.
Oh yeah,
with-
so you're telling me about the inner workings and stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah.
that confuses me. My bad.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah.
a different it's a different way of thinking for us, because for our sports we play through a season and then we end the season by playing a tournament.
Yeah,
That's not what happens in European football. What happens
that's
is
so weird.
you enter like tournaments,
Yeah.
and so you're playing your season and these multiple tournaments at the same time, so you can win.
There's just so much of a risk for injury, man.
Mhm.
Like in that. 'Cause-
But like what you find is a lot of these trophies have real importance for clubs because they have financial and monetary gain that you can get, and plus the prestige of winning this trophy.
Right.
So like your club could lose the FA Cup, but they could win the Champions League, or you could have those kind of things.
Okay.
Right now, Manchester City, if they win, will have won the treble. So they will have won the Premier League, I believe FA Cup, and the Champions League. I think that they won the FA Cup. But.
I'm having to rework my brain because like there's nothing about like any sport that I've played my entire life or watched my entire life that make the closest thing that I can relate it to of like what we're explaining is like an all-star game or a Pro Bowl or something like that, where the best players go and play a little pickup game. They don't even play a real game anymore. Right. And so that's not even comparable because these guys are actually out here duking it out for.
No, the important games are these club games where they get to like Champions League or like these are important tournaments.
Does that affect the table standings?
No.
Like, no. Wow.
No, so you can go lose a turn.
Wait. In theory, somebody could in the Champions League be balling out and win like the Champions League, but lose every game in their season and get relegated. Could that happen?
I don't know. I don't know. I'll say this. I don't know. It seems possible to me because since you get entered into the Champions League based off of your previous year's season, so you could have like, Newcastle almost got relegated last year.
Yeah, we don't talk about it.
So they did great this year. What if next year they're back to trash, but they're balling out in the Champions League? I don't know.
I don't know.
Y'all have to tell us. Is that theoretically possible?
We'll have to wait for Tottenham to make the Champions League.
They would be the one to do it. No, Tottenham is in the
They are not.
They
might be this go around right now.
Yeah, they won't be next coming Champions League. Yeah, that's. I haven't ever thought about that possibility, but yeah, no.
If that's a possibility, man, that's something to really watch out for.
Oh, this is all just new to me, like stuff that I'm learning with how the sport works there. But like these clubs are it's not a team. I mean, it is a team, but these clubs have multiple teams. So, for instance, I was just learning that I believe it's Real Madrid has. They have their men's football team and they have their women's team, their youth academies, but they also have basketball. So, like, Luka Doncic played for Real Madrid, but he didn't play football. He played basketball. So these clubs, they're like athletic clubs.
Wow.
So it's more like it's
an actual club.
Right. It's the community's club of, like, Madrid. The community of Barcelona, like they have.
It's kind of like a country club of the people living in the area.
Now I don't think that all of them have multiple sports, but there are some of these clubs that have, besides just the football team, they also have basketball or other sports going. Like I know some of them became like a rugby club, or like some of these clubs were like also football and cricket.
Wow.
So like, and a lot, something that's also really cool. A lot of these started as church clubs.
What?
So like the church would have a club where the men in the church would play the, football or cricket or rugby.
That just brings up a funny image in my mind because here in America, like we have like church leagues, but it's like these old men just getting out here playing softball. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
No, this isn't the same.
Different church league, yeah.
I got you.
And it's not like there was solely church leagues. It's just that there was these churches that would have a club,
and then they prestiged into this. Man, I wonder what it takes to start a club.
Yeah, and that's something I wanted to look into because I feel like what a fun YouTube experiment that would be.
Yeah,
start a club and see if we could work it out.
Like I suppose if you had enough money, you could either buy one or start one.
Yeah.
I'm sure it would take a lot to start a club, though.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But I guess say we started one in Europe, we would enter in the bottom tier.
Bottom, like the 11th tier of amateur, and you'd have to work your way all the way up to the league that Wrexham was in, then get promoted to the professional leagues.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it would take years.
It would take years, but
see,
it's possible.
And that also is just weird to me because like right now, if the NFL wanted to create 2 more teams, it would just the top tier football team or football league, and we would create
2 more
teams.
NFL teams.
Yeah, just like that. That's
more
it.
money.
Yep.
Yeah, it's just different.
Man.
But someone was commenting, and it's so true, and I didn't think about it. which country were they saying? Did they say France? I think it was France. Has 14,800 something clubs. So it's like,
What?
and that's just one country in Europe. Like, these countries have thousands of clubs, and most communities will have one or two clubs in their town.
Wow.
So like, you don't get to say something like so somebody was talking about your comment in the last podcast where you said that you grew up 2 hours from Alabama, so that's why
or 2 hours from Atlanta in
right.
Alabama. Yeah.
And so you're a fan of their team because you grew up close. Well, that's not.
Oh, 2 hours from Alabama, like Tuscaloosa. Got you.
And so you were saying that that's the team you support because you grew up just like really close to them.
Yeah.
Well, some of the subscribers were like that. In their terms, 2 hours that's leagues away.
Yeah.
Because most likely you live in the town where your club is.
Wow.
And there's probably a rival club in the same town.
Wow.
So like, to go 2 hours away, you're looking at actually a rival, not a club that's close in proximity.
Wow.
Because there's 14,000 clubs in your country.
Man.
And your countries are smaller than ours. So it's crazy. It's like, our country's big country, and we have fewer professional sports clubs.
That kind of makes no sense.
Yeah, I would love to have more.
I'd love to have 50 teams, man.
Yeah, man.
Let's step it up.
Like,
at least one for every state.
Let's make the NFL like D1 college, where we have that many teams.
Because see, that's the thing. You know, we were talking about that in the last. There's 4 Division I college teams in the state of Alabama.
Right.
And you know, in proximity, the one that would have been closest to me was an hour away. But still, at the time, UAB, which is just University of Alabama in Birmingham, so it's an extension of University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. It just wasn't. They just weren't anybody, and so of course Tuscaloosa. But that would be incredible. It really would, to have professional teams at that magnitude.
Yeah.
Oh man, it'd be great.
Yeah, it would be great. And anyway, this is a lot of things to think about with how their sporting paradigm works, and
yeah,
I've been fascinated by it. I would love to see something like it here.
Oh yeah.
But in many ways, it probably wouldn't work here. And I still love our sports, so it's not like I'm just appreciating a completely different way of doing it.
Yeah, and maybe that's just all it'll ever be, is just like this appreciation for, because it's not like they just started like this.
Right.
You know, this is hundreds of years in the making.
Yeah.
And something that took, you know, all that time to put together. This wasn't something that they just a couple rich folks got together and said, let's make this league. You know, no, this is something that happened over time. And
I can already foresee the comments coming. I know which comments are going to be coming, specifically talking about the Super League.
Yeah.
Because there was rumors of a Super League beginning where Americans were coming over to bring our way of sports to the Premier League and to like they were trying to create a closed Super League where there's no promotion, relegation. It's just like, it's a closed league like the NFL.
Wow.
With a salary cap and a draft system. And people hated the idea and shot it down immediately.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like, they have their way of doing it. They don't want to adopt our way.
Yeah.
Which,
well, by comparison, our way is kind of like, in that sense.
Right.
You know, the relegation thing makes it fun.
So yeah, if we were to, theoretically, as a thought experiment, if we were to bring the way the NFL functions and governs, and we were to create something like that in Europe, what you would have is a highly entertaining product. And if you had a draft system, you would have what we have. You would have basically no one club is dominating every year.
Yeah.
You would have very entertaining, intense play on the field, but you wouldn't have the same community involvement. It would turn into the entertainment league, where you go to watch the games, you get to watch like the teams compete, as opposed to you have really the ability to like move your club up and advance your hometown and advance your community. Man. So like, I think if people would understand the difference between American sports and European sports, I think that maybe they would have more appreciation for ours and we would have more appreciation for theirs.
Yeah.
Because it is true that American sports can be the most entertaining thing to watch. the spectacle is outlandish. It's and it's something that we distract ourselves from real life with.
Yeah, that's true.
And so there's some positives there. I think if you appreciate it in that sense, it's great. But also, we don't have the same community orientation like they would have.
No, that's what we talked about in the last video.
Right.
I mean, we just don't have that kind of commitment.
Right. So it's two. I think that I appreciate both actually for what they are.
Sure.
I think I'm tending to like the European model more than I like our current model, honestly. Which is not something that I expected when I started this channel, that I would actually be over here saying, I don't think American sports are where it's at.
Yeah.
But if you appreciate them for what they are, I think American sports are highly entertaining and dramatic. But so is football, man.
It is.
It's dramatic, man.
Yeah. Oh, it's dramatic. And the players make it dramatic too.
Oh, yeah. Have we talked about diving before?
No.
So diving is what we would call flopping.
Okay.
Okay. This is something. I'm looking at you, South American players.
wait, there's something behind that. Are you going to get into that?
Okay, or Brazil.
Okay.
Let's talk about Brazil specifically. Man, Brazil. They have some players. Some of the most talented players come from Brazil, man. I have so many Brazilian fans. Mm-hmm. So this is lighthearted. This is not a dig, but it is a dig. They have some of the best players in the world. Neymar, not Cristiano Ronaldo, but Ronaldo R9. They have Roberto Carlos. They have some of these great players. Wait, Roberto Carlos. Brazil has some great, and they're always expected to win at the World Cup. They're always expected to perform well, and they have some of the fanciest, like their technicality of playing is just, it's beautiful. Yeah. Almost think of like salsa dancing. It's like they're just, the way they play is pretty to watch. Like, they'll do all kinds of tricks with the ball and all kinds of, dribbling masters and stuff like that. However, if you so much as breathe in their direction,
no way,
they'll be all over the pitch. It's just like, which is a tactic, and we know that that's flopping. It's obvious, and everyone knows.
Is there no penalty for flopping in soccer?
I think there. Yes, you can. You can get penalties for diving, like yellow cards, if you're wasting time.
Oh, okay.
But everyone's doing it, so it's like if the ref thinks you're wasting time, yellow card. But yikes. It's up to the ref's decision, honestly, and they do it in an insane amount. It's actually quite annoying, and that's the number one reason I think most Americans dislike soccer is because we've seen the compilations of the players just like getting barely touched and throwing their arms up, which it's an unfair criticism because if you watch the NBA, we do the same exact stuff.
That's where it's the most popular.
Right.
One of the funniest flops I've ever seen came from the NFL. It was with Cam Newton. They jumped off sides and he acted like he got hit or whatever and fell backwards on the goal line. Yeah. And it was like, but in the video, it is so clear that nobody touched him, and it's hilarious. Matter of fact, in the NBA, LeBron James literally just got hit by what's his name that plays for Denver? I can't think of what his name is. Jokic, yeah. And he barely got touched, and he like sidestepped and dove sideways into people that were in the stands. It was nuts, and got it and drew the penalty though. Against Jokic. So
I think it's an unfair criticism, but I know a lot of Americans. I don't like that. I don't like soccer. They sissies.
Yeah,
they just want to fall everywhere. I censored that word, but
Yeah. Well, I'd like to see them get out and run. 30 miles in a game.
That's the thing. These guys are covering 120 yards of the field. They're covering it, and sometimes in spurts like the whole distance.
Yeah.
And like constantly moving, man. I've just played, I've started playing indoors. Mm-hmm. And we play on a typical Friday. We'll play for about an hour. And by the time that hour's up, you can put a fork in it. I'm done. Like I'm not moving for the rest of the day. I am done. I'm gonna go have to eat something because I'm starving, and it's a lot of work to play the game, even just on an indoor court. Anyway, I guess we could wrap this podcast
Yeah,
up.
yeah,
I mean,
we're at about 40 minutes, so we're
sick.
gonna wrap it up. But we're actually not gonna wrap it up because we still got some time left.
Oh yeah, we're gonna kill some time with the old Patreon members
Yeah,
and
super fan.
channel members.
Oh, channel member. Dang it, dude! I don't
No.
know the name of anything.
They're both members, channel members and Patreon. Both of
the
you.
Super League.
Anyone who is supporting the channel monetarily, because
If
YouTube
you
is
Venmo
not,
me $5, I'll send you. I'll send you the next
Cash
20
App is
minutes.
in the,
Cash App in the, yeah.
Yeah, no, we're going to have an extended little time to hang out with you guys. Bonus content. If you fancy supporting the channel, it would help us out a lot because we could continue upgrading this fine equipment that we are using.
He just pointed at all of our equipment that you can't see. I'm going to describe it to you real quick. We have a chair that's holding my interface that's controlling our microphones right now. As you can tell, I have a mic stand that is attached to the couch, and Luke has one that isn't short enough, and so it's like all up in his grill. We have some really nice lights that are Luke's. That's nice, so that's cool.
Yeah, thanks
and
to
then
family.
My phone is our camera, so if you want to see that stuff upgraded and you want to help us out, please.
I feel like we're making a pretty high quality content with just what we've got. But if you guys really like what we're doing here, you want to see us make podcasts off-site, like maybe we go tour a stadium or something and do stuff. Well, we got a lot of ideas for content that we can make. So join the channel membership and the Patreon. Either one, both of them get the same perks, which is basically extended cuts of these podcasts, some videos that maybe the rest of the YouTube don't get to see. So fun stuff, but you don't have to. I know it's hard times right now. You ain't got any money. I'll still be putting out some fire free content for everyone on YouTube.
Exactly.
But
exactly. Because those ads do help.
The ads do help for sure.
At the end of the day. But thank you guys for joining along with us. Please make sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment, correct all the wrongs that we had in this video.
Absolutely.
All of our geometry mistakes and all that jazz.
And if you do me a solid, if you are going to leave a comment of correction, also hit the like button. So that way, like for every comment, we have a like.
And it balances itself out.
Yeah. I won't remove your comment.
Yeah.
Just kidding. I don't ever remove comments unless they're nasty.
And if you want better pack luck on your next FUT team, FUT, the FIFA Ultimate Team, you don't know anything about this, but I'm speaking a language.
Are you starting to play FIFA?
I'm not. I'm about to download it.
Okay.
Right? I'm this close. The problem is I play Madden and I play Madden Ultimate Team, and I know how it works, and it's super addictive, and I know that it's going to draw me in. But I'll say this: if you want better pack luck on the next pack that you open, like the video,
Absolutely,
and post pictures.
I'll tell you what, dude. Okay, we can continue this.
All right, we're going to. Yeah, that's the end of the video. If you want to hear what we're about to talk about, join the Patreon.
It's FIFA related.
Yeah, it's FIFA related. Let's do this.